What's going on, everybody? Working on my good old Troy Bilt garden tractor here. This is the tractor that I did a restoration project on a couple of years ago. Check out my other videos for that. And I've been doing all kinds of various maintenance and upgrades and repairs and whatnot on this thing. So if you have one of these older, this is about a 2003 model Troy Bilt 809 Garden Tractor, check out my other videos about that. But right now I am replacing the spindles on the deck, and they are original to the best of my knowledge, and this is a job I've never done before. So I'm just going to go over a few things that I've discovered that may make the job easier for you if you have a similar model. Also, Cub Cadet, MTD, Yard Machines, Yardman, there's all types of brands that are almost identical to this one. So you may tell by the looks of yours if it's similar to this. This is a 46-inch deck, has 3 blades underneath, and I've just noticed that one of them has been getting really sloppy as far as the spindle. So if you have one of these and you notice it's getting very noisy, even if you've greased it, I removed it here and I can notice it's got a lot of play in it, which is of course not normal. So I've already got the new one here that I'm going to swap out. But what I'm going to go over real quick are just some little things that I have found that help do this job easier. So first thing is a set of these little ramps. If you see them down there, let me get my camera off the mount here. That's the first problem, is how to raise the tractor up, and hold it safely in position while you're doing all this work underneath. I mean, yeah, you could remove the deck and do that off to the side and whatnot. But if you don't want to do that and you want to leave the deck installed while you're doing this work, for some people it may be easier to do that. Some of the best things I've ever gotten is a pair of these Rhino Ramps. Actually, I have 2 pair of them. You can get these at just about any auto parts store and your big box stores and whatnot. Just a priceless frickin' item. They'll hold a car, they'll hold a truck, they'll hold your, your whatever, dune buggy. They just are priceless to get the thing up in the air and hold it there safely. So that's the first thing I recommend, is get you a couple of pair of these ramps. Totally priceless. And then to support the deck itself, I'm just using a regular old floor jack. If you can see under there, I got one of those big, wide platform floor jacks. So that's how I'm holding the deck up in the air. Also, something that seems silly and meaningless, but a light that I use all the time is just a flexible desk lamp. It's got the flexible neck on it. It just makes it so easy to, to hold it underneath so that you can point it in a funky direction. Like if you're trying to, save your batteries and not use a flashlight the whole time, get you one of these stupid. They're only flipping, less than $10 at any store. That way you can flex it underneath and see under stuff without having to hold a flashlight. Batteries ain't free or cheap, so anyway, I use this thing all the time for working on anything and everything. Something else I'm using for this job is a little shop vac, because it's going to be messy. Even if you keep your deck fairly clean, which I do, the under part is going to be quite filthy. So a shop vac will be helpful, just to clean out from underneath it. See if I can get under here and show you how it looks. Of course, I've already removed this spindle. But, you know, it's just going to be a dirty job. And then, of course, how to get the blade off. I'm sure there's tons of ways people do it. The way I did it, though, and I have all kinds of various tools, you know, for working on motorcycles, and this is to hold a clutch basket or a flywheel, and it's in a vice grip style. All I did was clamp this bad boy to the deck, and it's very robust on how it's mounted, where regular vice grips, they work, but that nut underneath is on with a lot of freaking torque. So not only are you going to need to find a way to hold the blade still while you're loosening the nut off the bottom of the spindle, which is this big nut right here. You know, this big nut is underneath the deck holding the blade onto the spindle. It is well torqued on there. So to remove it, you got to hold the blade still. So I use this really big, you know, it's called a clutch basket holder or a flywheel holder. You can get those all over the internet. But the nut itself is well torqued, so I'm using a humongous torque wrench, you know, that is a good 18 inches long, because you're going to need a lot of leverage, especially if your air impact is not quite strong enough, and mine is not. So you're going to need something with a ton of leverage to get that nut off, as well as hold the blade still. So anyway, so that's how I remove the blade. And then, and before you remove the blade and spindle assembly, removing the belts, I use nothing more than tire levers. You know, I do a lot of motorcycle riding and repairs on motorcycles and things. This is a really big tire iron, or tire spoon, people call them. That makes it real easy to get the belts off of the pulley, as well as putting them back on. And you can use screwdrivers and whatnot, but I needed something, you know, that has a big wide end on it, a nice handle, really long. Anyway, that's how I did that. But yeah, comparing the two, you can see this one's got a lot of slop in it. Here's the new one. You get this all over the internet also. You know, there's a dime a dozen. It just depends on, do you want OEM or do you want aftermarket? I think I got lucky and found these OEM on a real good bargain. And you can see underneath, you know, how those little teeth there are completely worn down compared to how they are new, because that's where the blade slides onto this little star right here. And so anyway, that's not really the point of all this. The point was just a few tools I use to help this whole job go better. And use my little impact to remove the little bolts that hold the spindle in place underneath the deck. I use a gasket scraper. That's what this is. It's called a gasket scraper, because the surface of the deck needs to be clean when you put the new spindle on. If it's got a lot of buildup and a lot of gunk, and let me get the light up here. You know, if it's got a lot of gunky buildup, that all needs to come off. So I use, you know, a little scraper to get all that off, as well as underneath. It all has to be scraped clean when you put the new spindle on. Same with this little ring that goes under, and that gives the spindle more support. That all needs to be cleaned off. I used my, my bristle brush on my bench grinder to clean all this off, and then I scraped all this off. You know, it just needs to have a nice, flat, flush surface when you put the new spindle in place. That's about it, but if you have one of these tractors, and this thing is 2003 model, believe it or not, and I'm in 2019 now, you know, I did a pretty decent little restoration project on it. I got this thing dirt cheap, you know, on Craigslist. Went over all kinds of stuff on it, you know, to get it just running better. I mean, it ran okay, but it runs like a champion now, and I did a complete paint job on it. It's got that Intek 21 horse engine. I just did all kinds of stuff to it. I put some, you know, heavier duty rear tires on it so that it doesn't get stuck, because I do some pulling and going up hills and things. Got those on eBay as well. Put a little hitch on the rear of it. Anywho, check out my other videos. We're always doing something around here, working around the house, working on cars, trucks, motorcycles, lawnmowers, you name it. We probably have it on our site, and we're always adding more stuff. So like, follow, share, follow us, you know, on Facebook also. You'll see links in the video. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.